So now we're gonna replace the front springs with some adult rate springs on the TTR here. This one's a 2007. And we just have to remove the, loosen the handlebars and kind of move them out of the way. Just have to take the clamps off. It's a 10 millimeter. Oh, it's tight. Somebody didn't use a torque wrench last time they worked on this. It wasn't me. Stop. Okay. Got the bars off, just kind of laying them over here. Got a 19 millimeter wrench or socket. Just gonna take the socket, pop the caps off. Obviously, whoever worked on this bike didn't use a torque wrench last time. Treated it like a car. Oh my God. That's the best way to break stuff is to over tighten things. This bike has the adjustable compression, which is right here. The whole cap comes off. Some bikes don't have the compression, but pop this off. And that's different too. The 08 did not have this. I'm guessing they put it in there for safety, but we're just gonna put this right down here. So when we put the bike on the rack, the front was unloaded. You don't need a magnet. We can just push down, get the parts out. Just don't lose anything. Try to remember everything goes. Grab a rag, this thing's gonna be dripping. There's the original spring. Kind of let the oil go back in there. Stop. Alright, so the original one here, you can see is just about 3/4 of an inch shorter. It's also a little bit thinner. The coils on the new spring are a little thicker. So you're going to have a little bit increased ride height, about an inch or 3/4 of an inch, and a little bit stiffer. So that's the idea. Alright, we got the new one in the right, and we're going to throw the other new one in the left. I got these at Performance Spring on eBay, so we'll see how well they work. And throw the caps back in. You can increase the oil weight if you want. You can go up to 15 weight, but the other bike that we did was just fine with the 5 weight oil it had in it. And so we're going to stick with the same program on this. Now we got to lift this up to get the springs back down. Put the little cap on there. This is way, way easier than the rear was. So just push that down and then start threading it. Aluminum threads, so you got to be careful with not stripping things. Actually, I'm going to dial this out. Stop. So we got the caps in there. It was not easy. I had to dial the compression out all the way, and just really be careful because they're aluminum threads, and if you strip them, you're done. You need a new fork. So anyway, I got them in there. I'm going to start tightening them down. So get them threaded in there most of the way. I'll hand tight, then I'll put the compression dampener down farther. But I couldn't get the spring compressed because they're 3/4 of an inch taller with the compression dampener all the way in, so I had to fix that. Stop. Alright, so I got the caps back in, set the preload. I just left it really light because you've got stiffer springs. And one thing I also did was I marked where the handlebars were before, so that we don't get confused as to the positioning on that. If you don't have a torque wrench, you can do this. Just don't use a giant socket set on them. Just hand tighten them strongly, I guess, because you can strip these things. A lot of the stuff's aluminum, bolts are steel, but just about everything you screw into is aluminum, so you gotta be careful with that. All right, that's it. Just put the bar pad back on, number plate, and you're done. Got new adult rate springs.